and everyone's voice. Only I'm not there, just watching from afar. I can't go home because I'm afraid something will change. Me without me, I'm the one to blame. I moved on by my own will. I had nothing else I wanted to do. Was it hard? But I didn't hate it. I did not even like it. I've been patient, but it was bearable. I've had the gray haze for a long time though. I never found out what it was. It's my stress, that's for sure. I never wanted to run away. I was very motivated. Then what is this feeling? Who would I ask? I've been patient, but it was bearable. I've had the gray haze for a long time though. I never found out what it was. I taste like vegetables I don't like. The town inside me and everyone's voice. Only I'm not there, just watching from afar. I can go home, cause I'm afraid something will change. Me without me, I'm the one to blame. I'm not waiting for Santa Claus. I already have the gift, just can't open the box. I know all about it, no one can solve it unless I decide to do something about it. It's not even a case. I've been patient, but it was bearable. I've had the gray haze for a long time though. I never found out what it was. I hate the alarm clock I chose. The town inside me and everyone's voice. Only I'm not there, just watching from afar. I can go home because I'm afraid something will change. Me without me, I'm the one to is light. Let's paint the gray haze into sky blue. I know who you are. I'm not leaving you again. The town inside me and everyone's voice. Only I'm not there, just watch from afar. There is nowhere to go back and nowhere to go. It's all delusional. Without me, the town inside me and everyone's voice. Only I'm not there, just watching from afar. I can't go home because I'm afraid something will change. Me without me, I'm the one to blame. but it was bearable. I've had the gray haze for a long time though. I never found out what it was. It's my stress, that's for sure. I never wanted to run away. I was very motivated. Then what is this feeling? Who would I ask? I've been patient, but it was bearable. I've had the gray haze for a long time though. I never found out what it was. I taste like vegetables I don't like. The town inside me and everyone's voice. Only I'm not there, just watching from afar. I can go home, 'cause I'm afraid something will change. Me without me, I'm the one to blame.
So the Discovery Warner Brothers merger has created an environment without any regard for preservation, or, in fact, regard for the creators of the programs that they're destroying. And with the Scorched Earth approach for making content, they're basically giving the middle finger to everyone's work that has gone into these projects over the years, and basically destroying entire swaths of culture. It's unethical and absolutely disgusting. With that said, hi Legend Master, hi Peps, hi RDF, and anyone else in the audience. We're playing some No Kuni too. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. God, I guess that's where I was going with that. Glad to have you for as long as you can, Peps. I am going to have to end at, like, the 2-hour mark myself.
Oh!
Mostly because I have a thing that I need to prepare for 10 a.m. Pacific tomorrow. Gonna wake up bright and early, and there's going to be a stream on Dreaded GM's channel. Look! A trapdoor!
Huh?
A what? A trapdoor! They're found where the energy of the land is especially strong, mostly near landmarks. If you touch it, it'll sort of remember you. And that means you can return to it whenever you like. Not everyone can use them, though. You need to know a certain special spell called Travel. Luckily, Nella taught it to me. So you're telling me you know how to teleport? How come you didn't use the spell of yours to get out of the castle? Well, as I said, you need to have visited a trapdoor in order to travel to it. And well, I've never really spent much time outside the castle until now. In fact, this is the first trapdoor I've ever seen.
Huh.
Of course. Well, let's visit as many as we can from now on. These things are sure to come in handy.
Yes.
Yes, let's. Shall we begin by having this one remember us? Leave tomorrow for school, so you'll be spending your last night at home here until the stream finishes. Never really driven far in one sitting. Probably should not be sleep deprived. Yeah, so I'll be ending an hour earlier than you expected, so you have an extra hour to sleep. Creator of Infinity Train, a show that got pulled from HBO Max and can now only be pirated. I post frogs and hats. Jeez. Yeah, at this point, you basically have to advocate for piracy, right?
Hey!
Okay, Evan. I get it. Okay, so I should make my viewing space a bit bigger. I'm playing this through OBS so I can see the chat, so because of that, my screen is like... Let's see, I've got a 55... No, I think I got a 50-inch TV. This takes up, I want to say, about... I have less than a quarter of the screen dedicated to looking at this game. So things are tiny for me. You'll find trapdoors dotted all over the world. Simply walk up to one and press A. When you have a trapdoor, remember you, it'll be added to your trapdoor map. Okay, so fast travel with minus. There we go. Alright, I guess we should head for the canyon. Hey, no worries, Legend Master. Yes, it's open world now. Here's the open world so far. And yeah, no worries. I'm going to a going away party on Saturday, so I'm not going to have a stream on Saturday. Oh, damn, cool anime, yeah. Let's go fight this thing. Oh, I don't want to kill the mice. Like, these guys are friends. That were friends previously. Maybe they'll get isekai now. Was the art style change? It's kind of like an old RPG trope, where if you go to the open world map, the art style changes. They're probably trying to channel that vibe. Like, this would happen if you went to an overworld map in, like, Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy.
Come on!
I also gave Roland the Flaming Sword. I was a bit trigger happy there, wasn't I? Dun 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 dun. Mices pushing down on me.
What's going on here?
Oh, what did I ever do to you?
There's the trademark Ghibli grandma.
Oh my goody goodness! Oh, you rotten devil of a thing, you!
Evan, come on.
Dealing with airborne enemies. Some monsters can fly. Brought low with mid-air attacks, which can be performed by... Okay, attacking while jumping. Or I can shoot...
Watch your back.
Hey! How about gun? This airborne enemy was pretty weak to gun, wasn't it?
It's coming back!
Oh, thanks, potato monsters.
Gosh! What in the...
If the dragon could stop giving up skirt shots, please. What are the chances that somebody's drawn lewds of that dragon thing? Like, it's probably pretty high, but because it's a beginner enemy, like... I don't know how well it applies. It does sound like Ghibli music, doesn't it? Because the first No Kuni was actually co-made by Studio Ghibli. I don't believe the second one was. I believe that, like, Studio Ghibli stopped being involved in this game. But, like, they kept the vibe. Okay, so I should probably read the tutorial. Alright, these are Higgledies. Of course they are. They got types. Sometimes they'll give you the go-ahead to issue special orders. So just run up and press A. Certain other ones will allow you to absorb them. Scary. By holding down the button for your character's spells. Okay. Hi. How are you doing? I'm sure these Higgledies are probably useful, but like, I've got a fire sword. Also, nice to see you,
Excuse
Glass
me?
Gummy Bear.
Are you alright?
Oh me, oh my! That was a close one, and no mistake. I don't know what I have done if you two lovely boys hadn't come wandering by. I'm Martha, by the way. Auntie Martha to those I take a shine to. And I'm pleased to say I've taken a shine to you. Joe Hisashi? No. Joe Hisaishi. Even though the rest of Ghibli isn't involved? Interesting, I didn't know that. Come on then. We're going to my house. I must give you a little something to say thank you.
Righto.
Here we are. It's not much, but it's home. In you come.
Now, get the plates. Pass it gently. Yes. Good.
Hisaishi?
Dear
Oh,
Papa.
sorry,
Oh, yes.
Okay, sorry. I wasn't reading the text correctly. My bad.
Thanks ever so much.
You two really did save my bacon there. I never expected to see a wyvern so close to home. Honestly, a girl can't even go out picking herbs in peace these days. So, these little creatures of yours, are they monsters?
Oi!
Oh, you cheeky so-and-so, no they are not. They're more phenomena than anything, I suppose. Phenomena? Oh, sorry. Phenomena? That's right, dear. There's the wind, isn't there? And fire and rain and such like. They're natural phenomena. And when those phenomena decide to grow heads and legs and start running around and being adorable, they become Higgledies. So where were you off to when you got waylaid helping out old Martha anyway? We don't often get visitors around these parts. We were on our way to the King's Cradle beyond Cloud Coil Canyon.
Oh,
Oh, no, really? Just the two of you? Going into that den of despicable sky pirates?
Huh?
Sky pirates? We have to.
well now.
Have to, dear? Absolutely positively have to.
Hmm.
Absolutely positively yes. A lot of Ghibli imitators tend to get the style right and the vibes right, but miss out on key element. Ghibli are masters of character animation. Absolutely. You can get the style, and you can get the vibe, but if the characters don't move right, then, like, there's a certain movement style that really defines Ghibli. You can even see it in backgrounds, too. Like, with the arcs of how, like, trees go in the breeze, or, like, how fire works, or, like, water. Well, in that case, you better take some of my little lovelies with you. Really? Oh, look at that one, it's got a scarf. Piggle! Piggle! You really don't mind?
Certainly.
It's the least I can do. You've shown me that you'll treat them kindly. And best of all, you'll put them to good use.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Auntie Martha. I'll feel a lot better with these guys backing us up. Wonderful. And if you ever have any questions about them, you just come ask me. You hear? Sorry, what does that say? Runchable the Righteous has decided to join you on your adventure. What a name. there's a whole section for Higgledies. You can only have 4 at one time. It's also rumored that special bonuses are available to those who can put together sets with certain things in common. Okay. What do? They help you out in battle. You can, like, some of them you can absorb to get certain effects. Some of them are like this guy. And they're just vibing. They're doing their thing, and they absolutely deserve to. Ghibli has a lot of time to animate breathing as part of... I should take a closer look at that. It's not something I looked for. Oh, I should probably actually... Alright, Evan, what do you have? You have a cutlass, a broadsword. Let's throw another broadsword just for good measure. And you got a magic wand. Interesting. Alright. They have 2 parameters. Feistiness and hardiness, of course. Alright, they can level up. They also have personalities. If you have a shy one, you might want an aggressive one to help balance them out. Skills. Jeez. Alright, well, I'll figure that out later. You got... Yes, I saw! The steelbooks are really, really nice. That's level 10, right? I don't know if I can take that. Let's try this level 8 thing. How big is the map? That I don't know, I'm afraid.
Careful, everyone!
Sorry, Ghibli has been baseline for, as a baseline for their animation, aims to interpret life. That's the baseline. Or that the appearance with the feeling of life. Yeah, jeez. Good job, team. All right, so I can probably take that red enemy, right? I'll be fine. I've got a gun. This guy doesn't have a gun.
Here goes nothing.
Sorry, the game's loud and it's hard to hear me? You got it. That's odd, because, the volume is looking good on my end. It goes to show that just because your name's Red doesn't mean you're hot shit. Speedrun says 4.5 hours. Interesting. With the anime was a mistake thing, essentially many otaku that work on anime have been pulling more from anime than IRL, thus it's losing a lot of likeness. I feel like that's an interesting complaint. No, the chest is locked. Because, like, I would argue that because otaku are entering animation and pulling from stuff that they like, and drawing on that, it creates a completely different feeling than if you were going for lifelike animation. And you know, whether that dilutes the form is up to personal interpretation. That's why I wouldn't say that's an incorrect opinion. It's an interesting take. So we'll finish it tonight. Exactly. Any percent. What I'll do is I'll put in my like Ocarina of Time cartridge. Or was it Donkey Kong 64, I think. I'll put my Donkey Kong 64 cartridge inside my N64 and then reload No Kuni 2. And that'll teleport us to the end screen so long as I do the proper button inputs. So between 4 hours, surprise attack. Okay.
Watch your backs.
Surprise, got it. With Paper Mario, it was Ocarina of Time. Okay. I knew I was remembering a speedrunning correctly. I've been asking Trevor if he wants to go for the speed run and post a time for the Wacky World of Miniature Golf. Because we know all of the... Whoops. We know all of the hole-in-ones. I just need to be good at them. And I only have to do it in less than 8 minutes. And that'll be number 1. Play Kirby to the end of World 1 instead of Ace in Ocarina of Time. Then reload Kirby without clearing RAM and execute the code. There we go. Ooh. Great! I found shoes that apparently have detoxifying properties. What? Alright, hold up. I don't think I have clothes. I mean, I own clothes. Oh, there they are. Alright. So, we're immune to being damp. And we got detoxifying slippers. And I don't own any of those, so... Evan, you can have the scraps. Wait. Okay, that's fine. Listen, you may be a king, but I'm the president of the United States of America. Now, you take that to the bank, mister. Alright.
Careful, everyone!
Recreating frame-by-frame animations of cooking to convey the feeling of cooking the way animated scenes of pieces of people. No, that's fair. Gives insulted? Yeah, and you know, that's definitely a vibe, but I don't think that it discredits other stuff, you know? I feel like if that's what you value in animation, then that's where that opinion comes from. But there are other things that you can value as well. And, you know, it's all different niches. Like, as an animator, I pulled a lot from Studio Trigger. Like, their Poppy style of animation, where... Yeah, they skip a lot of frames, but it has such a, like, how can I even describe it? It has such, like, an emotional lightness to it that I really appreciate. Think a lot of valid approaches exist to it? Absolutely. Well, like, one thing that I agree with is that you need to learn how to do something lifelike before you can, you know... God, I'm struggling to remember what the rules for the password is. Because it's not elaborate on it. You need to know the rules in order to break them, I guess is what I'm going for. That can cure hangovers? Absolutely. Ah, man. I partied too hard last night. Where are my hangover shoes? Alright, where's down? Is this down? This looks like down. Having your story reflect your own experiences rather than having your story reflect an anime that you like. Story. Like, again, it really, really depends on what you value in animation.
I'll do my best.
Like, I think if Studio Ghibli wanted to make a Naruto short, that would be interesting to see. It wouldn't feel like Naruto, though.
Careful, everyone.
Or to draw from, like, my personal experiences, if Studio Ghibli tried to make panty and stocking, I don't think that I would enjoy that. Goo! I think that because panty and stocking itself was really derivative of the Cartoon Network style of the time.
Watch your back.
Because of that, the Ghibli style would work even less, because the Cartoon Network style of the time wasn't taking the same inspiration as Studio Ghibli, but they would have to derive from it in order to complement the panty and stocking style. So, yeah, animation's an interesting thing. Nice to see you, Trom. I mean, to be fair, if Studio Ghibli reanimated the first episode of Panty and Stocking with the poop monster, I feel like they would make some really good choices in terms of how to interpret that. I think an example would be the boob fall trope, something that basically never happens IRL, became a standard in anime. That makes sense. What's in the Getty Grotto? Oh, the Konosuba panty snatch scene? Yeah.
Here goes nothing.
Oh, okay. I rescind an opinion. I want to see Studio Ghibli doing Kazuma's finger motions. Absolutely. Well, it's also, like, a quirk of the medium, right? I wouldn't expect something like that in Western animation. I'd be very surprised by it if it was interpreted. It might not even feel correct. But, like, in anime, it's kind of like a thing. forgot to close Twitch. In the morning, after who knows how many raids, you end up in a Spanish exercise channel. Yo. That's one of the best things to do on Twitch. Just, like, ride the raids and see what happens. A damp wizard's wand. Is it a damp wizard's wand or a damp wizard's wand? Because that can be two things. I can't give Evan the gun. Okay, well, we got the magic wand, the damp wizard's wand, and the Queasy Warlock's wand. So it is! It is a damp wizard and a Queasy Warlock! What the fuck? What the hell? The Queasy Warlock's wand is also... has a chance of poisoning enemy. Okay. Evan, you get the gross wand. Stable basic wizard wear. Boost damage done by wands. Evan does have a wand. Multi-proof leather armor. All elemental resistances. I feel like that's something that we should throw on our boy. What about skills? Okay, I haven't really learned any skills. Damp wizard. You could tell by the way he walked. You can tell by the way he walked. He was a ladies' wizard, no time to talk. Can't say you agree with Miyazaki. Many times it's the quirks of the medium that show character. It's part of an art movement. However, you also definitely see where you... Absolutely. Like, that's the thing. It shows what he values in animation. I'm sure animators like, just off the top of my head, Hiroyuki Imaishi would have a differing opinion. Because Imaishi, like... Or like Ano, too. Because they all have very distinct ways of animating. Oh, hello. I kicked him, I'm sorry. Alright, what's going on with this? Okay, I can't open this door to nowhere. Can I open from the back? I can't even interact with it from the back. It feels like maybe we're not supposed to be here yet. A dank wizard's wand? Hi, Roland! I found a dank wizard's wand! Wow, you have marijuana here in the fantasy world? What's marijuana? I'm talking about, like, they lived in a dank cave. Oh, okay. What's marijuana, Roland? You can be an expert, make a statement that covers a lot of things,
You ready
still
for
exists inside a huge gray area of other things. Absolutely. There's a lot of things, none of them all subjective. Absolutely. That's why, like, I subscribe to the idea that a game doesn't have to be fun to be a video game. A lot of people say, like, oh, it's a game, it's, like, in order to be a game, it needs to be fun, but, like... Have you ever played Snakes and Ladders? Snakes and Ladders is a game that's designed to be frustrating. Because if I remember correctly, it was about... I believe Snakes and Ladders was a Buddhist game about how vices and virtues would affect your path to heaven. And like, it can be frustrating and fun. No, like, we got Dark Souls. But, like, video games are a medium that really only took off within the last, like, 40 years. Like, we've only been... like, I would even argue that we've only been able to gauge its potential as a storytelling format, or, like, an art form outside of just having fun within the last 20 or 30 years.
Careful, everyone!
They can talk to ghosts, exactly. And if you're a 3'4" spirit channeler who robbed a bank, you're a small medium at large. Sometimes art's supposed to be uncomfortable. I think either Jacob Geller or Rasputin had a video on that. That's fair, but a lot of people argue that video games, to be video games, need to be fun. But then what do you call things that are, like, have gameplay mechanics but aren't fun? Is that just, like, interactive media? Do we make another term for it? If that's the case? Or is it still just video games? Because at the end of the day, it's gameplay mechanics in a video media format. Whole families can be destroyed because of Monopoly? Yes, I did see Felix's video. He did a really good job on it, and it's definitely a lot of stuff that beginner DMs should take into account. The one thing I will say, having a support DM PC might be an okay idea depending on your experience as a DM. I'd say maybe don't consider it starting out, but if you have a couple of campaigns under your belt, then you might understand that, hey, this is a very unbalanced party that's going to die if I don't make the fights correctly, but I want certain stuff. Let's give them a cleric that kind of just kicks back and is super lazy. That travels with the party so that they can heal every once in a while. Somebody in the last stream actually made a good point that a good DM PC is one that does not seek to take the spotlight, but rather seeks to help the party take the spotlight. Solely dominated by the means of trying to make money? Perhaps the only other related medium being movies, but even that was more experimental at the time, given how world-changing videotaping technology was. Absolutely! Yes, and that's not the only challenge we face. The King's Cradle is at the other side of Cloudcoil Canyon, on an island near the Heartlands. So we need to find a boat, too? I'm afraid so. But we must worry about that later. First, we need to make it through the valley. I think my level 8 ass is gonna be fine. Well, don't need to save twice. I only do that in Shin Megami Tensei because I'm incredibly worried every time I play Shin Megami Tensei. Hey. So there's almost an impossibility of decoupling them from fun to be sold. There's always been an indie scene, but it's largely wanted to sell to... also wanted to sell to local game groups and make money as well. Your healer for the party was really neurotic, so she really stayed back. Mostly there to help. Well, and you can sass him about this later, but Felix had a DMPC in the story after Fool's Gold. It was a were-Wolverine named Chide. That was an absolute pleasure. Well, thank you, Higgledies. Oh, shit, you have stuff for me, too. Great. You're surprised it was on Dingo's channel? You were expecting an announcement of his own channel and the video being posted there? He posted the only public video in his personal channel in stream context? I didn't even know that I didn't even check Felix's personal channel, to be honest. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I'll be honest. I knew it was coming on Tuesday, I just didn't want to say it outright. There's a section that you heard about in Metal Gear Solid 4, where you're forced to button mash for 4 minutes straight. Doesn't feel fun at all, but it gets you to feel damn straight, absolutely. I believe that was the microwave hallway. Yeah, that was a mood. Isn't every NPC a character that's played by the DM?
Hello there.
Yes, but a DMPC is something a bit different. A DMPC is essentially a character that you create to accompany the party on their journey. And you play as that character when, you know, combat happens or if, like, people talk. Mura from our Stream Sakai would be considered a DMPC. But she's just there to be wholesome and help. Mother series, there was legitimate wait 5 minutes doorway you need to open? Yep. Well, in like Metal Gear Solid 3, there was a boss fight where if you... I believe you were supposed to wait a week before you played the game again, and the boss would be dead of old age. Or you could turn your console's clock forward a week. Oh, hello there. Well now, you don't look like Sky Pirates. Thank goodness. Would you be interested in making a little purchase, perhaps? I have some lovely fresh herbs in stock.
Well now.
What's a merchant doing all the way out here? Well, it's quite a story, actually. See, this is what I have thought that Dunnan would look like, but this is a guy. Yeah, you know, the mutton chop mustache. And like the sort of muscle gut physique. Like, you can tell he's strong, but also he really enjoys life. You see, I was based in Ding Dong Dell, but there was a little political trouble over that way. Now the mice are in control. Didn't much like the look of how things were going, so I made my escape while I could.
Oh.
You like the llama? The llama's great. You're from Ding Dong Dell, you say?
Hey.
Indeed I... Now... Wait just a sec. King Evan! You're alive! Everybody on Leafbrook was saying you'd been killed, so I just assumed that the rumors would be true. In your current campaign, you have an NPC who is supposed to be just a guy, but then thanks to your DM's weird dice luck, he is your most powerful party member. Sometimes that's just what happens. There's also the party trope of you kidnap an NPC that you like. We were talking about it on the Q&A stream, but Felix gave us an NPC named Strumpf. It was like this little goblin thing. It was like made out of shadow, and it really wanted to protect Dingo's character. It lived in a cave that was also a guy, and we took it out. You need that gut. It's supportive. If you're not building muscles for show, that... Yes, exactly. Oh, well, not actually. I survived, just... What's Leafbrook? Is this some kind of magic you're... Sorry, is this some other kind of magic you guys have or something? Was this in the Fool's Gold campaign? No, it was the campaign after Fool's Gold that I don't believe Dingo is ever going to animate. So... The president looks like he bought a Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood cut. Yeah, he looks like he wants to be Roy Mustang. Do you consider Ohio Jack as the NPC? So believe it or not, believe it or fucking not, Ohio Jack is in the Fool's Gold YouTube series more than he was actually in the campaign. There were large amounts of time where we did not see Ohio Jack. Ohio Jack was the main quest guy. Like, actually, you'll recall, we bailed on Jack to go to Kylandria and just left him. He wasn't with us in Kylandria. Will I animate it? I mean, I don't know if I would animate it, but I'd absolutely love to tell stories from it. I don't know. I have such, like, horrible burnout from animation. I don't know if I'm going to animate for a while. I'm focusing more on voiceover work. And, who knows? Maybe I can talk with Ink or someone. Because Ink has already animated part of the, part of that campaign. It was the one with Lesia, the one where she poisoned her mom. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We had this discussion earlier today, yeah. Why will Dingo not animate the other campaign? She has other stuff that she wants. Can I link it? Yeah, for sure. I think it's literally the first one, too. Yeah. Actually, you know what? We can watch it. I have the power. Oh god, it's loud. I gotta turn the volume down a bit. Alright, now let's find where I put display capture. Main box, display capture. There we go.
This video is sponsored by The Curse of Stradania, a Legends of Eventris podcast. Bleh. Now,
Bleh.
we've all fucked up in D&D before, either not once, misreading spells, or just really
right.
wanting to know what happens when you put a bag of holding inside another bag of holding. Wait, how much do you like your character? Now, this is going to be a bit different
Jack was
than my
more.
other
Oh, I
videos
guess he was
because
there. He
it's
should probably
actually
include
gonna
him.
be animated by
Yeah.
another D&D animator, the lovely Ink. Make sure to go check out his channel and stuff.
Ohio Jack was
and
an
all good
important
shit.
NPC, but
This
he
is
wasn't,
because
like, part of the
I
crew.
am only one woman, damn it! I'm working on Fool's Gold, as I do. So, let's begin. Now, this whoopsie is one of my favorites and kept me up at night in bed just going, why? Because I done fucked up. So this campaign was after Fool's Gold back in 2018, DM'd by Felix, with the Fool's Gold crew, minus Gorthan and Julian's player.
Of course.
Avery, Gothi's player, played a cute Corgi Knight.
Corgi Knight
Carson,
Milo was
Arena's
great.
player, played an angsty Kitsune.
Luna was
I
my boy.
played a neutral good druid. Mushroom Drider. Yeah, I know. Drider
And Lesia was
supposed to
great,
be
too.
evil or whatever. Get your
Oh.
D&D lore out of here.
Facebook, come on.
But she was a sweet gift. Her name was Lesia. Also, side note, I didn't know this, but Felix not only is afraid of spiders, but also mushrooms. So she was his nightmare fuel. I loved her. Anyway, we were traveling in the Underdark to visit Lesia's mom, who was not great. Kind of a psycho, to be honest, but Lesia loved her. Out of fear.
Yep.
We were staying in an inn
Lesia
just
was
casually
too
in the
wholesome
Underdark
for her own
and
good.
met this drow fortune teller lady who told us our fortune and gave us some advice. She was very nice.
Also, okay, first of all, private messages, please don't show up. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna erase that, there we go. Now that doesn't exist. There we go.
Nice.
So, oh, jeez.
Teller lady
Go back.
who told us our fortune.
Ink drew my Kitsune Phantom Thief like Sasuke, and honestly, Yeah. Going through Naruto? Yeah. And Milo's in the corner being a happy boy.
And gave us some advice. She was very nice. Lesia shared her stresses about her mom, and the kind fortune teller gave her a potion of calming. If you pour this into her drink, it will calm her wrath. Or whatever. Essentially, a chill the fuck out potion.
Yep.
Which is nice, because Lesia's
It was a good
mom
potion.
is
Hey, Jonathan King.
murderous. So sessions pass, we meet Lesia's mom, plot stuff, you know how it goes. Then eventually we're at a party and Lesia's mom loses her temper. But not at a stranger, at the Corgi Knight. So much that she wants to kill him. He spilled a drink on her or something. Anyway, Lesia steps in and slips the potion of
Think
chill
of the
the
scene,
fuck out
put in stream
into her
context.
mom's drink and convinces her to take a drink. And she does. Success! She does indeed chill out. Chill out to death.
To death!
Turns out the calming potion was poison. Yeah! Welcome to the Underdark, baby!
Whoopsie.
So she falls to the floor, frothing at the mouth, and dies. Look, man, how was I supposed to know a suspicious drow lady in the Underdark giving me free was evil?
Oops.
So anyway, with lots of tears from Lesia, we fix it. We resurrect her. It's fine. She's okay. We're moving on. Now this next
Was this one the thing
Whoopsie
I'm thinking of?
wasn't mine. It was Felix's.
What?
So this campaign was DM'd by
Okay, no, that was Avery's campaign. Go follow Avery, she's good. Also, I don't think I saw that one yet. I'll have to check it out. One away for second EX3 Seth? Perm shard? Yes! God. I need those shards. I need to get my boys to EX3. There are a couple that I just ran out. There it is. When I was doing the shard dungeon last time it ran. So it's like 45 out of 50, or like 95 out of 100. You can watch them as well? No, I think we should play some No Kuni. So I've got buffed in JP. Ooh. I'm afraid I haven't the foggiest idea. You never heard of Leafbrook? Why, it's the greatest place to find all the latest news and gossip from all over the world. And the device for accessing it is the hottest new product from the technological wizards over at Broadleaf Incorporated. Broadleaf Incorporated, a subsidiary of Leafvale. Did I look at Graveyard Keeper? Not yet, sorry. I know that you posted it earlier in stream context. Yeah, I see it right there with the dwarf riding the mule. But, God, I've been so busy trying to find an apartment. It's taken away from a lot of my free time. Avery is, in fact, a good bean. Sorry, just listen to me launching into my sales patter. You'll have to forgive me. Old habits die hard. So, there's some kind of device we can use to get the latest information from all over the world? Sounds pretty useful. Do you have any of these things for sale? How much are you asking? Oh, they're a snip at 10,000 guilders. Although I suppose you've just been through a rather tough time, Your Majesty. A nice discount would probably be just the thing to cheer you up. Let's see now. Yes, I think I can let you have one for absolutely nothing. Gonna come in awfully handy, and, well, it's the least I can do under the circumstances. Really? You're sure? I've never been more sure of anything in my life. Glad to be of service. Well, Evan, we need to give this guy one of our old cloaks. Evan, give him some of your hand-me-down gear. You can go shirtless for a while.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll take extra special care of it, I promise.
Farewell.
Oh, that doesn't sound like what I was doing at all. Farewell. I'm sure you will. And if you ever want to repay the favor with a purchase or two, I certainly won't say no. I certainly shan't say no. Leaf book. It's a cell phone, right? Information sharing service provided by the technological wizards of the land of Broadleaf, which allows people from around the world to share news and opinions. To access it, simply open the main menu and select Library, then pick it from a list of options that appears. You'll also be able to access a treasure trove of thoughts, opinions, rumors, and speculations about all the latest goings-on. Be sure to keep your eye on the latest info. You'll receive pop-up notifications when new posts appear. Oh god, we just had that happen with Facebook. Oh, and we can also read his thoughts. Look at that. Aku, can it really be true? Unbelievable news is emerging from the palace of Ding Dong Dell. Apparently, the late King Leonard, the most trusted advisor, Otto Mausinger, has seized power, and the young heir apparent, Evan, is on the run. Ultimate fish sandwich, hell yeah. Devotees of the royal doings of Ding Dong Dell are in for a treat, as the new king gets ready to go on a king's spawn with the mighty Oakenheart. Will young Evan meet with the Kingmaker's approval? What does the future hold for the kingdom? So many questions. Oh, god, there's commenters. Everyone's anonymous. Oh, I kind of like that. That's cute. Yeah, it's Miiverse. Rest in peace.
I'll do my best.
Is this how our phone will work in Stream Sakai? I don't necessarily know what's going to happen with the smartphone. To be completely honest, I didn't even consider it until you folks brought it up, so we'll see what happens with it. Like, the beauty of tabletop RPGs is that you folks, like playing Corrin, are participating in making the story as much as I am. So stuff that you do will determine what I can do as the GM.
Oh my!
I might have it so, like, if you take a photo of something, it'll be useful in the quest, because you have a camera on your phone. Or, like, maybe you'll give it to a wizard and they'll reverse engineer it, and everyone will have cell phones. You know, the future is yours to unfold. And then I'll figure it out from there. What's that? It's a prop-leaf clover. They only grow here in Cloud Coral Canyon. The leaves spin, you see? And they give off such a soft little breeze. This is hardly the time for a botany lesson. I've only ever seen them in books before. Sorry. Of course. We must get moving. But none of them work. Exactly. Well, like, I guess if you think about it, if you get reincarnated in the fantasy world, you grab your phone, and it's got no bars and it's pretty much useless. Being able to pawn it off to a guy for like a few thousand Eris is a great way to start off. Like, it could buy you your first sword. They do work, but there's no cell service. But depending on what happens in Stream Sakai.
Wow.
You could help create a cell service. Imagine that. No one thought of taking the cell phone and making cell phone service in the fantasy world until Korn and Muda came along. The very controlled spark spell? I don't know if you guys actually have an electricity spell just yet. Technically you have Picadon, but that's a light spell. I mean, if that's the direction you guys want to go for Stream Sakai, then that's kind of how it has to go, I guess. If you want to turn Stream Sakai into a business simulator, you've already turned it into a slice of life, so I'm holding nothing back at this point. Ooh, what's this one? Neat. So many people brought to the world. Wonder why some electrical engineers have not already made it. This is a business? It entirely depends on the folks who choose to reincarnate. So at the very beginning, like in the first session, Korin lived in Japan. He had an apartment. He got a flyer saying that there was a lottery at Mandarake in Nakano Broadway. So he went to the 7-Eleven, ate some oden, then took the train to Nakano, got his prize by cheating, and then he got flattened by a falling aircraft panel. And when he woke up, he was in a room, a featureless room with a checkerboard floor. So I guess that's a feature, but there were no other features besides the chair. That's the second feature. So there were two features of this room: a chair and a checkerboard floor. And also, there was a goddess sitting on the chair. And she was all like, hey, I'll reincarnate you. You can go back to Japan as a baby. I'll make sure that you're in, like, a wealthy family. Or, like, you can just go to the afterlife, but that's really boring. You just sit on clouds. It sucks. Or you can be reincarnated in the super cool fantasy world, just like the video games that you play. And the normal everyday person would probably be like, no, I want to go back to Japan, please. Or like, nah, I want to move on to the afterlife. Then you get the otaku. And those guys, they enjoy it. Also, the rule is that you can only...
You ready for
like
this?
You can only do this if you're in Japan when you die. I looked it up, made sure that I was correct. Yeah. It only works if you're in Japan. So if you want to be isekai, you gotta go on vacation, then die in Japan. What's the thing I'm fighting? Oh, it's all the way up there. Oh, thanks for the drink. I got killed by a bit of falling plane, after which a god from a YouTube series offered to isekai me with everything I currently had on me. After which I used my phone to become a communications tycoon, my cute kobold assistant. Hell yeah! Catch you later, peps! What if it was Japan and Nebraska? Yeah, just an arbitrary point in the world as well. Be cool to incorporate rules from Acquisitions Incorporated. That would be neat. Jabraska. It's Japan, and the one part of the world that's just Japan, but in the United States. Los Angeles. In the Ace Attorney timeline. Mia Fey got reincarnated. Fuck, you know what? I could do that. I could say that Mia Fey is reincarnated in my version of Konosuba. And that would, that would have to be canon in my world. I hate this power that I have to do dumb shit. Put a video in stream context? I'll check it out after the stream. I've only got like an hour left, so I want to play as much No Kuni as I can. Oh, I also may have an apartment now, which is nice. Great. So there is a gun. We got new gun. New gun just dropped. San Francisco, there we go. Tadashi died? Oh god, I could throw Tadashi in Stream Sky. I won't, but like... Mia Fey got reincarnated onto our world. Completely doesn't understand America's legal system. Oh, yes, I want to save. I didn't mean to say no. Come on, Phoenix Wright, make a comic. For this very niche subject. Hey, Capcom. Do my bidding. Damn. No way up. Well, we need to get up there. Peggle, Peggle! Peggle! Huh? What is it? Higgledy Piggledy! That's Higgledy for Leroy Jenkins. Yeah. He looks pretty serious about it, too. Guess we better go and see what he has to show us. Come on, what's your name? I can't change my party, so I don't know. Leroy Jenkins! Can't tell me a Phoenix Wright character trying to be an American or a Canadian lawyer for a case. Wouldn't make for a hilarious one-off manga story. My name is Ryuichi Naruhodo, and I'm going to Los Angeles to practice law. Wait a minute. This isn't anything like the Japanese legal system. I could have sworn I was from Los Angeles. Hear me out here. Reverse isekai, where Phoenix Wright dies, but he's brought to real-life Los Angeles. And it's not Japanese enough. He has a little Tokyo apartment because it feels right. Is there something there? Hey, you found a friend. Huh. So that's what it was. He wanted to help his pal.
Hello?
Were you stuck in that hole, little friend? You didn't say poo.
Oh.
For me? Really? I got a moldy old twig, hell yeah! What did he give you? A stick. Lucky you. Look, there's something he wants to show us. Gosh, that was... goodness. I got the Wind Whipper spell. Did something just happen? Yes, I know this feeling. I think he just gave me a new spell. I'd say he's telling you to use your magic on that plant there. And let's give it a try. Creatures! The creatures have given me a stick! If Fey creatures give you an item, you have to accept it. Well, actually, no. Okay. So with Fey creatures, it's weird. If Fey creatures offer you an item, then you have to reciprocate somehow. If I remember correctly, if I read Wild Beyond the Witchlight correctly, you have to reciprocate if a gift is given to you.
Gosh.
So, don't take gifts from Fae unless you can reciprocate. Luckily, these aren't Fae, they're phenomena. Huh. So that little guy can control the wind, huh? Turn your coat inside out, confuses them? Yep. Also, iron fences. Cast iron fences, keep the Fae out. Looks like we might be able to use this thing now. Oh, I got stuck on geometry. Oh, hell yeah. I got windproof boots. Can't slip presents into your pockets if your pockets are bunny ears. Exactly. That's why you bun Carson, to keep the Fae out. Alright, what do we got? Whoops. Alright, Evan. Whoop, no, don't want to auto-equip. Slightly increases max HP, improves magical defense. Sure, why not? We'll give you the gun ring. And... oh, sorry, physical defense. Yeah, let's improve my physical defense. And let's improve his magic defense. I'm building strength, prestige, power. You can't bun me? You know, I was considering making it so that every time someone bunned Carson, the price would go down. But then I realized that wouldn't teach you guys how to save money. Something trying... The music's kind of intense right now.
Watch your back.
There we go. Oh! My gun doesn't do that. My normal ass gun doesn't do shit like that. What does bun Carson do? You have to find out. It buns Carson. Come on, Roland. There we go. Like, Ka-me-ha-me-ha! That's basically what happens there. So this plays like Kingdom Hearts? Less aerial than Kingdom Hearts. Like, there's an aerial component, but there's not as much focus on it as I feel in Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, I mean, you got, like, skills and magic, but... I could see where you get the resemblance. Ooh, I got a Queasy Cutlass. Already have 6K, so you can't afford it, but you don't know if it's worth it, because you do not know what it does. That's the magic of Bun Carson. Someone can tell you. It's their choice. But as the streamer, I'm not going to. Actually, let's give Evan the blue cutlass as the first one. Think it did amazing and you're glad it turned out so well for the animator? Yeah! Just finished the animation, and they're really nice. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. I should have probably read those in order. That probably would have made a bit more sense in my brain if I did that. Alright. Let's try getting this treasure one more time. Oh, I got the money. The money is mine. Where are you? Actually, you know what? I think there was more back there that I could use with my wind spell now. I know, just, there's a cool hidden item waiting for me. If I don't go back and grab it, I'm gonna forget to go back here. Still feeling dizzy? Oof. Past self just told you? Sir. Oh, there you go. I didn't say past Carson couldn't tell you. Still though, screw you, past Carson.
Come on!
There's also the special 250,000 Sharkoid redemption. Which, I will be impressed if someone actually gets that. At the rate that I give out Shark Coins, I haven't even adjusted Shark Coins for inflation when I raised the price of Hydrate and changed it to Drown.
Watch your backs!
Oh, wow! Okay. Okay. Hold up. I don't think I'm equipped for this.
Evan!
Evan, you stay there.
Better safe than sorry.
Yes. Okay, so I'm obviously in a place I'm not supposed to be. How long can I survive? I should probably heal. You'll be able to afford it in a year. Ooh. A year of not spending any shark coins. Hey guys, don't mind me. Evan, distract them.
You good to go?
Great. Was this worth it? Is my question. Hold on. It's called Whiff Waff the Wafty. We got Runcible the Righteous and Whiff Waff the Wafty. Whiff Waff the Wafty. 5K a week for 50 weeks, 250. And yeah, it's 52 weeks in a year, so you got a week off. Okay, what do you do? Slightly increases wind damage. Alright, Evan. Congratulations.
Come on!
Now I'm going to escape this. Oof.
Evan, I'm sorry.
Okay. I don't think Evan can handle this. Run away, Evan.
Is everybody alright?
The president's down. Let's just take a wide berth around this group of enemies. I got Persona 5 this shit.
Watch your backs.
Oh shit.
Is everybody alright?
No. But we're doing it live. Just wanted to get that shiny thing. It was just a pebble, but it meant a lot to me. The other 2 weeks will be the weeks I take off from moving. So it's gonna be the week of the 28th that I take off from moving. Okay, actually, you know what? There should be like a... No, there's no save thing there. I don't think there was a save thing there either. I'm gonna have to use a healing item. Yeah, because the 28th, the 29th, the 30th, and the 31st, I'm going to be preparing for the move. So the 28th is going to be my going away party from work. The 29th, I'm going to be calling U-Haul and getting my truck ready, as well as doing the rest of my packing. So, like, essentially, I can't stream when I put my PC away. So as soon as that goes, I can't stream. Though, you know, I do have a laptop that might be able to handle Streamlabs. Maybe I'll do a test stream on the laptop one of these days. Just to see if it works. I think RDF is grinding for the maximum overbun. Just pack your PC so you're on your laptop. As a kid, I never would have imagined in a million years having as many electronic devices as I have. I've got my desktop computer, which I use to animate and stream. I've got my work laptop, which I use to play and stream Sakai and record, like, voiceover stuff. Then I've got my crap top. That's the laptop where I use in bed to browse, like, YouTube and Facebook because it's falling apart in my hands. But I'm too stubborn to get rid of it because it still works. And then I've also got a smartphone, which basically does more than my childhood desktop computer ever did. What am I fighting? Oh, hi. Evan, why weren't you hitting it with the sword? You know, as a king, you should learn how to, like, fight with a sword. Looking to get another Pog Champ? I've changed it to Shark Champ. I had to differentiate myself somehow.
You ready for this?
Okay, you know what? Everyone's getting a bullet today. One bullet each, line up. It's not a community goal is the thing. I didn't want to say it as a community goal because that means I have to put a timer on it. And saving up 250,000 shark coins is gonna take a bit. I don't even think that Hansen has that many shark coins, and I don't think he's ever spent any. The average smartphone is more powerful than all of the computers we use to send a man to the moon. Take that to the bank. I remember there was a picture that somebody took on a loading dock where they were loading a supercomputer into a building.
You ready for
And
this?
they took that same picture decades later with a laptop sitting on the loading bay dock. And that laptop could basically do everything the 70s supercomputer could. And more. Oh, hold up, Windman. Windy man, take me by the hand, lead me to a land that you understand. Have to do a bit of cleaning, cat had massive dookie, and you can't stand the smell? I getcha. The cat box is right by the door to my room now, so that's just how it be. I'm kind of glad that I'm moving to a place that won't have that problem. I'm also really happy for my clothes, because that way I don't have pet fur all over my blacks. Like, my white clothes and my other colors are completely fine, but all of my black clothes are covered with a haze, if you will, of hair. Your family's under quarantine again? Jeez. I hope you do okay, Daybreak. Just stay safe. Oh, I got crab apple tea. Hell yeah. It's not a community bowl, but y'all grind. It's competition. Who can send Carson to the Bunny Maid outfit first? God damn it. Roland, why can't you jump? It's easy. Check this out. Eh. There we go.
Oh!
Can you have a role in the channel for all folks who are holding star coins? I don't know how I'd maintain that. Because it's really hard for me to keep track of who's spending shark coins. So I would have to take that role away if somebody took away shark coins. Sorry, spent shark coins. Hell yeah. I'm grabbing all these items that I'm probably gonna use once in the tutorial and then forget about. Wow. Roland really couldn't hit that bird, could he? I get it, he's the President of the United States. Shooting something that's even close to an eagle is a mark. A black mark on your record. God, they really went hard on the mountain music, didn't they? It sounds like I'm in trouble all the time. Well met, traveler. Show me what you've got. Give me what I like, and I will like you quite a lot. Hey, I know, it's talking about them nuts, isn't it? The crunchy, munchy ones? Yeah, I got some munchy nuts. Didn't think that I'd be saying that today, but here we are. Try offering up a munchy nut. Well done, traveler. This is what I meant. That's the greatest offering I've ever seen. Hey, I found a Korok. Where's Shakalaka? Once you collectively have enough coins, will I make it a community goal? Nope. One person has to be able to afford that. Mostly because the outfit is going to cost a lot of money. I say it's going to cost a lot of money. It's going to cost a lot of money because I'm going to be a college student again. Filgree the Fighty. Alright. We're pretty high up.
Mm-hmm.
We should be through the canyon soon, hopefully. I want the maximum Bun Carson to really feel like an achievement. So having it be a community goal, I would have to increase the price. I would say that if I made it a community goal, we would have to have enough people to hoard 1 million shark coins. Or we can have it for one person to get 250,000. Actually want to see what else is around here. Just in case I missed something, you know? Think it would be more fun as a community goal? Yeah, but community goals have timers. And that's kind of why I'm not going towards it, because, like, if you fail the community goal and I restart it, what's the point, right? Like, it's like, oh no, we didn't make the community goal. It's okay, we have another chance. Whereas, like, oh shit, that guy saved up 250,000 shark coins. Wow. Huh? Huh? Did you hear that? It sounds like a boss.
This doesn't look good.
What are they?
So those are the Sky Pirates. The Skyrates, if you will. What does a pirate sound like? Shiver me timbers. You're brave indeed to come a-wandering into these parts uninvited. That, you've heard of the Cloud Snake. Sorry, we're not from around here.
Excuse me.
We have important business beyond the valley. You simply must let us pass. Oh, must we indeed? I'll tell you what, we simply must do, boy. String up all them that comes a spoiling on our secret base. What does he sound like? Aye, me honoured colleague has the right of it. You've contravened Rule 7, Section D of the Piratical Aviators Code. And the punishment for such a heinous crime is death. He's done with it. He's had a long day. So Stream Sakai is actually canceled on Saturday. I'm not streaming tomorrow, and I'm not streaming on Twitch on Friday. We're doing a watch party in the Discord channel. So if you take a look at the Discord channel, there should be a watch party tab. And essentially, we all go into the voice chat. Only me and my friend Andy are actually able to talk on it. That way, you know, people can actually hear the show, since there's less people actually voicing. Spare us your clever words, mister. Okay, you know what? He's done. Will not stand here and listen to you wheedle your way out of it. Oi! Pirating's busy work! Less talking, more dying.
'Twas nice to make your acquaintance.
Well, now that they have voices, I can't. Hello.
Mistress Tani!
What are you doing? Taking the law into your own hands, eh? The boss will love that.
Man, that's a bold snow leopard cape she has.
You were all set to play judge, jury, and executioner, then drag their bodies back to claim the reward, weren't you? Go on, I dare you to deny it.
Well now, I never... That is, we...
I thought as much, but what happens to them isn't your decision. It's Batu's. Now take them back to base before I tell him you've forgotten who's in charge.
Yes, miss.
What should we do?
She handed them their asses on a platter.
We'll wait for an opening and run.
All right. You two, take this lot back to base.
Whoops.
The Wygans are on the prowl again.
Can you get coins for watching VODs? I don't know. I've never tried it. Let's find out. Can you get channel points by watching VODs? No, you can't, apparently. In order to earn points, you need to watch the live stream at twitch.tv or in the app. Interesting. There we go.
Don't worry. The boss is a reasonable man. Most of the time.
Can't feel bad for Trent from Dino Thunder. He was forcefully morphed into an evil White Ranger. Then he had the evil of his corrupted White Gem nearly take him over. Nearly lost the trust of his teammates. Oh man.
How could he not be?
That's rough.
He's my dad. What?
It's really cool to see the difference in stories between Power Rangers and Super Sentai. I really hope that someday they adapt Tokyuger or Lupin Ranger, because those are the ones I know. Who knows? Maybe I'll audition for one of them. If they ever made Lupin Ranger, I would 1000% audition to be on Lupin Ranger. For Power Rangers. That's why you dogs, yeah? So stop trying. They're watching us like hawks. Oh, too, the Cloud Snake. Words. Not all bad if we're lucky. Wow, you're talking really fast, guys. That was just mind control. Trent was forced into evil. Oof. This looks like the desert and Skyward Sword? Kinda, yeah. Maybe we'll find some time crystals. It's bigger than I thought it would be.
Oi.
Oi. Make one false move in there, me hearties. Make one false move, and hear me hearties. You'll be run through quicker than you can spit. Ha ha. That's some pirate humor. It's pirate humor because it's violence.
Oh.
What do you think they're going to do to us, Roland?
Hey,
We've done nothing wrong, which means we have nothing to be afraid of. So, which one is he? Batu, I mean. I'm not sure. One with the beard, perhaps?
So.
These are trespassers, eh?
Aye.
I have to report in. Where's the boss when you need him? The grass is vibrating.
Oi, matey. What? I says I.
Oi, says I. Okay, I take it back. This is what Shopkeeper Dunnan looks like. Absolutely. Like, imagine him, but with a rounder gut. That's what he looks like. With the bushy brows. And the height. Trent's probably the most accurate Evil Ranger type. Good? Probably. I haven't seen enough Power Rangers to really know. With good reason. Please, hear us out. We only want to visit the King's Cradle. We won't cause trouble, I promise. You cause trouble the second you set foot in the Sky Pirate turf, lad. 'Tis a violation of the code, one that carries the penalty of death. No exceptions. You'll be dashed on the rocks at the bottom of the canyon. Just like the rest, the code must be obeyed, and the carrion crows must be fed. The Bada Killer chose to be an asshole, and Trent was forced... Fair. What? Can't you...
hey.
Hey, you might want to reconsider. This is King Evan of Ding Dong Dell. What do you suppose will happen if you execute a royal? Eh? You're a raw one to jest so in the face of death, matey. We're not so backward that we ain't heard of the young prince taking the throne. We're not so soft in the head as to believe that he come traipsing all the way up here, neither. There was a coup. We fled here in fear of our lives.
Boss.
Begging your pardon, boss. There's news on the wind of some such devilry. Might just be a scrap of truth in this here tall-sounding tale. Is that so? All the more reason to sling him off the cliff and be done with it. Whoever's in charge down Ding Dong Dell's sure to be pleased as punch with such tidings. It can't do harm to stay on the good side now, can I? Can it? Gah.
Oi.
Boss, it's Tani. The Wyverns have taken her hostage. They said they'll let her live, only if we promise to pick up sticks right away and never come back.
Snakes alive.
That. Pick on a mere slip of a girl, would they? Grr. I know she had some feist in her. But if we desert this here base, we'll be sitting ducks for any of them that choose to come at us. The lousy lizards will slaughter every last man, woman, and child. It won't do. She may be my only daughter. But the needs of the one can't outweigh the many. But she's the blood of my blood is what she is. If the boot were on the other foot, I know she'd do the same.
Oi.
But boss,
No, listen here.
hold your tongue. I've made me decision.
Excuse me.
Excuse me? You can't just leave her to die. What's that now? If none of you are willing to go, I will. I'll rescue her. Ugh. Please, Chief Batu, you have to let us try. Tani saved our lives. Okay, I'm going to the wrong accent here. We are honor bound to repay the debt. Something tells me that ain't all you're after, laddie. Oi! They're after a way out, boss. You take it from me. We won't run away. You have my word as... You have my word. Just what are you plotting, laddie? I don't have time for none of your trickery. It's not trickery, I swear. But I have to live. I have to become a king again. I have to build a country where everyone can be happy. You had your chance of being king, lad. And you made a right pig's ear of it. Ran away up here with your tail between your legs, did you not? These blighted lands are rife with misery and war. No one's building a happy realm around here anytime soon. Especially not some lily-livered little princeling who's misled his crown.
Then I'll put an end to war and misery. I'll unite all the kingdoms in peace.
Good line for you to speak up on, Evan.
What's that now? Not just a king indeed, but the king of the whole blessed world, eh, lad?
If that's what it takes, I have to try. And I can't stop trying until everyone is able to live happily ever after. So I can't let it all end here. I just can't.
All right.
Silence!
Cast him on the rocks
He
now.
made you curse.
Yeah, the shadows are kind
You're
of
saying, lad.
jagged.
If I can't repay my debt to Tani, I don't deserve to be king. I don't deserve to live. So kill us if you must.
I wonder if it's a thing with this game or if it's just the Switch version. Because, like, I own the PS4 version as well. So it might be different
But
on
at
there.
least give us a chance to save her first. And if we do, grant us safe passage to the king's cradle.
So that's your game, eh?
Yes.
All right, Sunshine. You've got yourself a deal.
All right.
This kind of sounds like Zelda music too. If I close my eyes, I can picture this being Zelda music. So, do you guys have any idea where they might have taken her?
Aye.
Oi, the Wyvern's Den is a great cave west of here. A veritable nest of the vicious vipers. Before you take off, a little shop here at the base where you can stock up on supplies if need be. Alright, we have to hurry, Roland. She might not have much time. Agreed. Okay, guess we have to be Evan. What's up, guy? Boss only went and agreed to trespass and troublemaker's offer. And that little laddie boy is the king of Ding Dong Dell himself. This way as he was. Boss is none too keen on the place, eh? Aye, with good reason. Okay, they just have the same. Why not just teleport when they were caught? I wonder if there's like a somatic component to it. Because like with spells in D&D, sometimes you can't cast them depending on the state that you're in. Like if you're tied up, you can't cast spell with somatic components. If you're like muted, you can't cast spells with verbal components. And a largely ignored one, but if you don't have a material pouch or it's stolen, you can't cast spells with material components. What are we doing welcoming the boy with open arms, for heaven's sake? Toffee-nosed Tug should be at the bottom of the valley by now. Hey, I got a nut. Makes up for the one that I gave away. Sorry, don't want to talk, just want your stuff. Sometimes you feel like a nut. That can be taken out of context. There was a complaint that I heard about Arena being sad that her parents are dead when resurrection magic exists. And like, true. We resurrected Sneeze, that worked. But it was also all of our gold, and we had to have Sneeze's body. So like, if Beauclair was killing off so many people, there would be mass graves. We wouldn't know how long ago Beauclair would have killed Irina's parents. So like, there would have been no way for us to resurrect them, and that's where the panic would set in. You know, you live in a world full of resurrection magic, but they have rules. Thanks for letting me join the Power Rangers, guys. Trent after becoming good. It's a few glares at him. Samurai need more to fight him. This is gonna take a while. Alright, where is a save stone? Here's the shop.
Come to do some shopping, eh?
Yes. I have 2,023 guilders. I can get a mallet. I think everything that I have is better than the stuff here. I'll just get some Sorroway. How many do I have? I have 10. Let's bump that up to 20.
What else can I do for you? I'll be seeing you again then.
No, thank you. Bo? I don't think I have anyone that can use it just yet. Because, there are gonna be other party members besides Evan and Roland. And, like, Evan can't use guns. And Roland can't use wands. In summary, Trent suffered more than Tommy. Fair. Can I save from here? I can. Okay, so it looks like I can save in the overworld. Oh yeah, geez, that's another thing. Back in the day, when we had free roam games like this, we called this the overworld. And essentially, you go from the overworld to different, like, levels or dungeons by going to specific locations. It feels weird, like, explaining that.
Come on!
We killed a guy! Okay, where do we need to go now? I hope Tanya's alright too.
Hey,
If she's not, then, that's gonna be a problem. gonna take this treasure. Good old mountain slimes.
Here goes nothing.
Oh! God. I am really lucky. In Pokemon Legends, I was able to shiny hunt a shiny Goodra. From, like, I was able to shiny hunt a shiny Gumi that I evolved into a Goodra before they patched out shiny hunting in Pokemon Legends. And I was really happy about that. I'm a big fan of the fat dragon Pokemon. Alright, that's gonna be a locked chest, isn't it? Because it's blue. Yep. And I don't have any keys. Oh hey! Tiny Roland can jump. I didn't know that. What would jumping do? On the overworld? Just gonna go the back way around here, buddy. No one needs to die here. Not just yet, at least. I learned from the Power Rangers. Because they know to only use their weapons for defense. That way, no one can ever take them down. The power lies on their side. Oh, that's whipping cream. I thought that was like a bao bun.
Here goes nothing.
I just realized those birds are carrying wands. They're magic birds. I should introduce that as an enemy in Stream Sakai. You look overhead and you see a bird with a magic wand. And there's a swarm of them. Okay, I think I can see... Can't go that way until it's been revealed. Interesting. Okay, then never mind. I was gonna say, I think I can see what jumping does, but I guess not. Let's see what's down here. Oh, good night, everyone. Oh, sorry, good night, Trom. Good night, everyone, in like 3 minutes, because that's when I need to go. My cat's really trying to break into my room right now. Charge of the gun looks like a smash attack? Kinda. There we go! The cat was able to break into my room, and I don't know how. Oof. Alright, I think we'll finish this one fight and then I gotta be off. Alright. Let's pop a save. Oops, this one. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. I'm off to do some other stuff that I need to get ready for tomorrow morning's stream, which will be on Dreaded GM's channel at 10 a.m. Pacific. I had to think about that for a sec. Next streams are going to happen on Friday at 8:45 Pacific. We're going to be doing a watch party in the Discord, so head over there to check it out. Saturday, I believe we're doing another stream on Dread GM's channel, but we won't be doing Stream Sakai in the evening because I got a going away party for my work friends. We're going to be going to do Hot Pot and then doing a board game night. So I guess it's not with my work friends, it's with the Sunday crew. So they're half of them are my work friends, half of them are other friends. It's an interesting dynamic. Some of us don't work together. Sunday we're going to be doing Ace Attorney, as usual. Might actually do... Because that's like... I don't know if I want to do the 28th as a stream or not. Just because that only gives me 3 days to prepare for the move. So we'll see what happens at the end of the month. This Sunday might be Jackbox. It's probably going to be Ace Attorney, but we might have a Jackbox stream coming up. But yeah, who am I going to send you folks to? I usually send you folks to Thero. If you folks don't know, Theropod Art is a dinosaur VTuber that draws a bunch of different stuff. Like Dungeons & Dragons stuff, dinosaurs, Final Fantasy XIV stuff recently, and he listens to the Unexpectables podcast. There's a cool dude. Give him a big old shark attack for me. Just gonna make sure I'm on this channel before we raid so I can reply. And I will catch you folks later. See ya!